Hello everyone, this is MJ and you are at my channel called Watson. My channel is where we talk fiction, friends, and fun. Today, let's do something a little bit different. Let's talk fantasy on my shelves. Stay tuned. And remember, before we get started, give me a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it. Okay, so I was thinking about doing a different type of video. I keep talking to people about the Read What You Own challenge that is coming up and how, honestly, I'm looking forward to it because I am buying a lot of books. I'm buying a lot of ebooks and I really need to pump the brakes with that. So I started thinking, when I start this challenge, what am I going to be reading? You know, and I thought maybe I would mix it up. I have some fantasy on my shelves, and I also have a fantasy book that I recently picked up that I haven't even unboxed yet. So I'm going to share that with you. And, you know, one of them is a reread, and the others have been lurking around on my shelves for a little bit. Okay, so let's get to it. All right, so I don't read a lot of fantasy, like at all. I think when I was younger, because I was involved with like Dungeons and Dragons, I really enjoyed looking at the covers when I was in like middle school. But I never really took to it, I guess. You know, I was a horse book girl when I was younger. Lord of the Rings is probably as fantasy as I get. I mean, there's some books that I've read that have a little bit of a supernatural element to it. I wouldn't call that fantasy. Maybe somebody would, but I'm just going to show you what I pulled from my shelves that I think I would like to read during this session of the Read What You Own challenge. Okay. Do you know about the Read What You Own challenge? Do you know what I'm talking about? So basically, it's a promise to yourself. It's a contract that you make with yourself to read what you own, to read your shelves. And you could set your own rules. That's pretty much how I tripped myself up last year, because I set my own rules and I made it just a little bit too lenient for me with library books. Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of you can agree to that. So this year is going to be a completely different take. I'm really looking forward to it. So I didn't mind it last year. I minded it towards the end. I think I just got tired of it because it took so long for me to do it. And I think I went until April last year. So literally it was 6 months of just reading what I have on my shelves. This year I'm setting a different goal for myself and I'm setting a hard number. I'm going to do a video on all that later, but if you just do hashtag read what you own, actually, I'm going to put a card to a video that I did last year telling you all about the Read What You Own challenge. Okay. And it's a really good thing, especially right before the holidays. All right, so let's get to fantasy that I have on my shelves. Let's go with the oldest first. So this is a book that got me back into reading. This is one of the first book of the month picks that I ever got. And this is Beasts of Extraordinary Circumstance. If you are a long-term subscriber, you know that I love this book. I love everything about this book. The fantasy element is relatable. Light, I don't even know. Fantasy people, you can help me out. But I guess you would call it light fantasy light. There's a little bit of a supernatural element, but it's just the sweetest book. And it's so uplifting at times and breaks your heart at times, but leaves you with a, I'm glad I read that. That type of a vibe. Highly recommend it. I'm gonna do a reread of this because I need to reconnect with it. Let me know in the comment section down below. Have you ever needed to reread a book that you just had such a great experience with so many years ago and you miss it and you want to reconnect with it? That's where I'm at. This was published back in, I'm gonna say 2018 maybe? 2017. So it's 6 years old. Man. And it's really good. I'm pretty sure I gave this sucker 5 stars, but I just love it. There's just something magical. It's a magical book, something magical about it. All right, then I picked this up. I'm going to say I think it was last year, but no, I don't think it was last year. This is a River Enchanted, The Elements of Cadence, Book 1. This is by Rebecca Ross. This came out in 2022. This is another book of the month that I need to get to. And I've heard good things. When I got this through Book of the Month, I talked about it in the unboxing, and a lot of people said that they got it and they really enjoyed it. So I'm hoping that I have the same experience. I'll read you a little bit of the blurb. It starts with a letter and an ominous journey across dark waters. 10 years after being sent away to the mainland to become a bard, Jack Tamerlane is summoned home to Cadence. But his return is not a joyous one. Girls are going missing from the island, and Adaria, future leader of the clan, believes Jack is the only one who can find them. Enchantments run deep on Cadence. Gossip is carried by the wind. Pallid shawls can be as strong as armor, and the smallest cut of a knife can instill fathomless fear. The elemental spirits that dwell in every breath of air, splash of water, blade of grass, and flicker of fire find mirth in the lives of the humans. Kidnapping the Tamerlane girls is a step too far, though, and is only through a bard's music that the intangible spirits can be summoned to explain where the girls are. That is A River Enchanted by Rebecca Ross. So that's 2. And I think in the dead of winter is when I'm going to turn to these books. It's kind of when you really hunkered down and you want to read something that's kind of outside your comfort zone, right? That's outside your lane. Yeah, I think that's going to be what it's going to be. All right, then this came out tell me it came out last year. This is going to be difficult for me because I don't do well with magic systems or like setup for fantasy books. This is 2022 as well. And this is Babble. And this is by R.F. Kuang, who also did Yellowface that I read in July that I really, really enjoyed. Something different. Yeah, that's right. I read a little contemporary lit too. Yeah, I do. So let's see. From award-winning author R.F. Kuang comes Babble, a historical fantasy epic that grapples with student revolutions, colonial resistance, and the use of language and translation as the dominating tool of the British Empire. Whew. Yeah, this one is going to be, I'm thinking, God, the print is condensed in this one. I'm thinking if there's anyone out there that has this book that wants to read it, maybe we'll do a group read, maybe we'll do a buddy read. So let me know in the comment section down below if sometime during the winter you want to read this with me. I think it'd be fun. But I need that buddy system because if I get too confused in the beginning, I'm going to DNF it. And I don't want that to happen. So sometimes having other people in a group read or a buddy read to sound off and to be like, hey, can somebody explain like what's going on here? Sometimes it helps. So if anybody's out there, let me know. I'm thinking like December, maybe. I don't think there's anything going on in December. I say December. Why not? Okay. Then this one I picked up in my library sale. Did I get the library sale or independent bookstore day? No, independent bookstore day. This is always, whenever I go anywhere, I see Andre Norton, Witch World books. So this is The Gates to the Witch World. This is the first 3 legendary novels all in one little volume, compendium, whatever you want to call it. I've never read a Witch World book. I think I have 1 or 2 more up there from previous bookstore sales. So I will read you the back. I've never read Andre Norton, and you know, I think I should. I think I should. Andre Norton, a legendary author with millions of books sold worldwide, has been accorded the World Fantasy Award for Life Achievement, the highest accolade of the field. For decades. All right, first up, Andre Norton is a female? What? I thought it was male. Oh, plot twist. For decades, she has enthralled readers with thrilling tales of people challenged to the limits of their endurance in epic battles of good against evil. None are more memorable than her Witch World novels. From the moment Simon Tregarth, a man with no place to turn on Earth, escapes to Witch World, this fabulous strange world is filled with magic, action, and the company of unforgettable men and women who join the battle. For too long, the first 3 novels of the Witch World have been unavailable. Now, for the first time, Witch World, Web of the Witch World, and Year of the Unicorn, the most memorable of Andre Norton's beloved fantasy series, are united in a single paperback volume, a trio of timelessly entertaining fantasies. I think I have Web of the Witch World. I have that in a paperback format. Wow, now I'm really intrigued. So let me know, are you a fan of Andre Norton? Did you know Andre Norton was a female? I didn't know that. See, the things you learn on BookTube. Oh. All right, then last, this is the little bit of unbagging, unboxing. So it's a Zon. It's a Zon book. I don't go on a lot of social stuff where I have real world friends. Mostly because it's a lot of stuff that I'm really, no offense, but you know, it's kind of stuff I'm not interested in. I don't need to know who's doing this. I don't need to know who's doing that. Like, no offense, but if you need me, you can call me, you can text me, like that kind of stuff. So I signed into a social media app like one day, 4 weeks ago, and I see this post and it's like, hey everyone, in case you didn't know where I've been, this is what I've been doing. So like, a person that I know wrote a book and I didn't know about it. So immediately I reached out to them and I'm like, you wrote a book? I said, I have a BookTube channel and this is like what I do for fun. So I went on and I purchased the book because they were like, oh, let me send you a review copy. And I'm like, no, I'm going to purchase it. I'm going to support you like 1,000%. So this is Company of Bones by Brennan Morton. Book 1 of the Pendulum series. I'm going to read you the back. It says, for the men and women who pledge their lives to the Company of Bones, a new name represents a second chance, revenge, and mountains of gold, and just maybe redemption. Shrouded in mystery, this ragtag band of elite misfits has been dispatched by the enigmatic broker, capital B, to right an egregious wrong. Under the dark canopy of the old wood trees, a boy flees the shattered dreams of youth as his ancestors' blood wars within his veins. Haunted and hunted, the boy must find a way to live with this brutal past or be swallowed by it. Get swept away by an epic fantasy saga that transcends the boundaries of time, weaving a spellbinding tale of intrigue, heroics, and magic. The Pendulum series. This was released in August. The publishing is wonderful. I'm like, I don't read fantasy. I said, it's not really my thing. I said, you know, here's some places that you may want, here's some channels that you might want to email to see if they're willing and taking a look at your book or whatever. And I said, you know, I'm a little world building and magic systems and all that kind of stuff. I get lost in it. Babble is going to be a true challenge for me for sure. But he's like, no. This is different. This is different. This is a book that helps post-traumatic stress disorder in a realistic way. And this is a book that deals with stressors in a realistic way. And that caught my attention. I'm like, okay, like I'm in, like I'm definitely absolutely going to read it. So it's over 400 pages. I paid for this copy. This is not sponsored. This is not affiliated. It's just me helping out a bud. So if this is something that you might be interested in, if you are a fantasy person and you're looking for something a little different, this is independent. This is not published by a huge publishing house. So check it out. And the cover is pretty, it's pretty cool, I think. All right. And that's Company of Bones by Brennan Morton. And the lovely thing is that when you have it on your shelves, you get the little, you get the art. So you stack them all together. If this is book 1, there's going to be a book 2. And I think he's writing it now. So there you go. So I would like to take a chance on this and give it a go. Like I said, I am not a fantasy person, but his sense of humor matches me. And I think that I would get along with this book. We're both Gen X, so I'll give it a go. So let me know in the comment section down below if this is something that you would be interested in doing a buddy read with me, or we could do a group read. Or if you don't have any interest in all, that's fine too. I just want to spread the word. All right. So though that is the fantasy books that are hiding on my shelves that I want to get to when I'm on the Read With You Won't challenge. Yeah, for sure. It's gonna be a good one. I'm like mentally preparing. I may even start in November. I may even start with 1 or 2 of these in November, because January there's gonna be something else happening. So stay tuned for that. But physical books, yeah. November 6th is gonna be when I'm gonna be starting the Read What You Own challenge. All right, everyone, that's it here from me. I hope you're all doing well. Like I said, leave me a comment in the comment section down below if you're interested in reading any of these. Because I'm going through uncharted territories, a buddy could always be a good thing. So buddy read, group read, putting out the invitation if anybody wants to join up. All right, make sure that you are taking care of yourself so you can take care of others. And I will see you in my next video, whether that be sooner or later. So until next time, everyone, bye for now.